My name's Robert Mandara. I'm an electronic engineer. I'm a bilateral cochlear implant user and Vice President of EURO-CIU, which is the European Cochlear Implant Users Association. EURO-CIU is the world's largest and most significant federation of CI user advocacy organisations, with 33 members in 25 European countries, representing around 220,000 users. So I was born with inherited sensorineural hearing loss, and I got my first chest-worn hearing aid when I was about 4 years old, and then subsequently behind the ear hearing aids when I was about 7. As the years rolled by, I became steadily more isolated, depressed, angry, anxious, exhausted, stressed, frustrated, unmotivated and misunderstood. In short, I can say that cochlear implants have given me my life back. That's no understatement or overstatement. The process is gradual because implants are a journey, they're not a light switch. But nowadays I can hear so well that I can function well socially and look after myself without assistance. The subject of cochlear implants is so important to me that I chose to become active and spread the word so that many more people would get the chance to be freed from social isolation and frustration. Pre-implantation, there is absolutely no way that I would have been on the board of any organisation, being interviewed just like you're interviewing me now. And I can't describe how great it is to be a part of things, to meet so many interesting people and get new insight on a daily basis into this subject. Hearing people do not appreciate how important their hearing is. Now that I have cochlear implants, I feel like a lottery winner. And by that I mean I would not trade either of my implants for any amount of money. It's just so important. I value my hearing above absolutely anything. EURO-CIU's policy position on adult implants is that all adults of all ages who could benefit from cochlear implants should be able to have them in conjunction with ongoing support. EURO-CIU campaigns for adult hearing screening programs so that hearing loss is caught and treated early. A big problem is the lack of clear referral pathways. Doctors and hearing aid clinics often do not recognise that the patient would be a good candidate for cochlear implants and therefore simply do not refer them. The longer people wait for implants, the longer it will take to rehabilitate them from years of social isolation. Most recipients say that they wished that they had been implanted 10 years earlier, so there is no time to waste. The spend to save research shows that society is better off to the tune of about 10 to 1 for every dollar, pound or euro invested in hearing care. So on that basis, funding should never be the problem that it's perceived to be. It is well known that a working cochlear implant user contributes taxes, whereas the unemployed person without cochlear implant drains taxes. There is simply no logical financial reason to deny cochlear implants. Let's invest in helping people to live full, confident and rewarding lives. A life lived socially disconnected is a life half lived. With 2 ears, speech comprehension and direction finding consistently improves. Talking of cochlear implants in the singular just normalises it, and I think it enables policymakers to deprive deaf adults of the best possible hearing outcomes. 2 ears are obviously better than 1, particularly when your hearing is compromised. We're not talking about 1 perfect ear and 1 deaf ear. We're talking about 1 cochlear implant ear and 1 deaf ear. But just as we talk about glasses rather than monocles, we should deliberately refrain from mentioning cochlear implant in the singular. A large proportion of adults in Europe are paying privately to go bilateral. The fact that they are prepared to undergo the operation and pay the high fees only serves to demonstrate how important it is for the users to be bilateral. This is an issue that has been going on for so long. It's not something new, and it is nothing to do with money. The decision to deny bilateral implants to adults is simply short-changing society. Deaf patients themselves need to learn from the media how good cochlear implants are. That way the patient, him or herself, can ask professionals for a cochlear implant referral. So patients can take the lead, and maybe patients should take the lead. As hearing deteriorates, patients withdraw like hermit crabs further and further under a rock. In doing so, they become socially isolated, frustrated and angry with the world. This effect is cumulative, that the longer you're hiding under the rock, the less you trust society, the less you want to go out, the bigger the problems become. So the sooner people get proper hearing care, the easier it is for them to rehabilitate back into society. It's a shorter journey. I think health professionals are not fully aware of cochlear implants. They have not necessarily received training about them, and what they have heard, the knowledge that they do have, is incorrect. It's been gained through old media rather than looking at the situation as it is now, that cochlear implants can restore hearing to a very good degree. The sooner people learn that they may be eligible for cochlear implant, the sooner they are likely to be operated, the sooner they can be reintegrated back to society and play the full role in life that they really want to play. We are social animals, we want to connect to each other. The sooner people are treated, the sooner they are reconnected. Consistent standards of care are really important, because at the moment the system assumes that the patient is going to stay in one place for their whole life. But actually we want to be able to move from city to city, country to country, and get the same care no matter where we go, face the same cost and the same services and so on. At the moment there are great variations in cochlear implant care between and within countries, and also within individual hospitals. For example, the criteria for implantation, the availability of bilateral implant, rehabilitation services, spare processors, battery costs, upgrade intervals, assistive devices, disability benefits and so on. These just vary without any discernible logic. For users, we are connected on social media around the world, and it can be nothing but irritating to see how much greener the grass appears to be in other countries. But I have to say that while I've been watching the situation, no single country is doing everything right yet. I'm having a conversation with you, an easy conversation with you. I'm not saying pardon the whole time. So implants are amazing.